In our previous video, we showed the J3U chassis platform in a 19-inch rack with the previous generations of optical zone U platforms, the E-FiberSat and the J chassis. We've removed the J3U from the rack so that we can show the back of the chassis now. So the back of the chassis, the front had 16 slots. The back of the chassis has 5 of essentially the J chassis slots. So any module that fit into the J chassis will also fit into the back of the J3U chassis. So that's very nice because, for one thing, we can use common power supplies between the two chassis. So in this configuration, we have 2 hot swappable redundant 100 watt each AC power supplies. We also have a module, a minus 48 volt DC supply, and that can come in either a 100 watt or a 200 watt model. And as I noted before, any of the cards that work on the J work here. So for example, while this is the plug-in here is our SNMP network management interface plug-in module. So this actually has the optical output with the SFP that implements Optical Zone U's patented micro OTDR, optical time domain reflectometer technology for finding fiber breaks. And this also has a 4-port Ethernet compliant hub as well. Just some various other cards that are available to plug into the back of the chassis. As I noted before, the iRig, GPS, PPS timing cards. We also have the under 6 gigahertz L-band, S-band, C-band uncooled laser links for higher performance and higher dynamic range. We also have essentially the same links with the cooled lasers, which provide much higher spur-free dynamic range. And we also have the high-frequency cards, 20 gigahertz, 40 gigahertz, and even higher. So those are the plug-in modules for the back. Also, we have 2 hot swappable fan units. You can have spares on hand, and you can just pop out a fan if it fails, remove the cabling, and replace the fan units on the back. There are 2. They're hot swappable. Okay, in an earlier video, I mentioned one of the new features of the J3U chassis were the optical and RF diversity cards, or redundancy cards, for building redundant architectures. And those are shown here. Here are a couple of the optical cards with the dual LC connectors. And here are a couple of the RF cards. Those can either be 50 ohm SMAs, as in this case, or 75 ohms. So in our next video, I will explain some of the building blocks and the architectures that are possible with these redundancy cards.